Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberani.
and me, Banshee.
Hi.
Welcome to Happy Hour.
Yes, happy hour is here. Hi, Mysterious Queen.
Yep, I'm adding you to the list. Oop. Oh, wow. So, hey, kind of a slow start to our show here with people. That's fine. Mr. O has to work today, so we're going to keep on format, right? Right.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to be using today the Tarot Affirmations by Sally D. Hill for our card for the collective. Shake things up a little bit here. Mr. O will read some of the affirmations, and so will I. This deck is a handful, though, I will say. Big cards. That's because the affirmations are on them. Right. Oh, all right, Mr. O. Yeah, big. What you got? Oh, here comes the judge. Here comes the
Judgment.
judge.
I am the dawning of a new perspective. Call to abandon old patterns and consider fresh points of view. I call for a review of past actions and present thinking and a release of incorrect judgments that restrict awareness of self and others.
Oh.
Third one.
I call for an awakening to the needs of higher self and a connection to the eternal. I call for a revitalized life as a channel for divine energy, participating activity in the art of creation, or participating actively in the art of creation.
I celebrate a journey from personal isolation to connection with others who hear my call.
Ah, sort of a call to find your tribe in a way.
Here we are.
Uh,
Justice. I mean, judgment. Well,
judgment.
just us.
Well, this is true. I think that first one in particular, the dawning of a new perspective, a call to abandon those old patterns. Those old patterns we get locked into because they feel comfortable, they feel safe. We don't have to think. We just keep doing the same thing or thinking the same way over and over again. But it's not healthy. It's not healthy. We need to consider fresh perspectives, fresh points of view, fresh new ways of doing things. You have anything to add to
She's
Judge?
fresh, exciting.
Oh
She's the
dear.
world to me.
Who could you be talking about?
An old song, Fresh.
Oh, okay. But I mean, you're not talking about me.
Well, you get fresh with me on occasion, but usually it spoils everything.
Oh, you silly man. All right, whatever. Whatever. Let me put this ginormous box out of the way here and we'll get started. Anybody else pop in? No. Good. All right.
Right.
Get
So, of
rolling.
course, we just celebrated the summer solstice. Hope
Yes, we
everybody had
did.
a good first day of summer.
And today, on YouTube and other places, is my oracle for today, which was what portal we're entering during the solstice season. I've been doing this, the oracle of portals, every time we have a new turn of the wheel. So at this turn of the wheel, we're going into the realm of the Fae, which is really kind of magical and interesting that that card got pulled for summer solstice. Right?
Right,
It's
Midsummer's Eve and all that. There's,
yeah,
a lot of in that play, the Shakespeare play, a lot of association with the Fae and
funny
the under realms as they were.
indeed. All
And
right,
I had a solstice poll too. I decided to do it
that's
sort
right.
of as a goth tarot, turning from the light to the dark. So that's also on our channel too.
Yep. All right,
All
let's
right.
go.
Send
You
in
can
to
go
Jackie.
first.
Hi,
Jackie,
Jackie. Good
hello.
morning to you.
Wow, we have a
Well,
real
it's
gloomy
morning
day
for
here,
us.
but I wish it would stay that way today because it might keep the
Keep the
temperatures
temperature
down a
down, yeah.
bit. We're now getting into the heat dome that they've been talking about, and we're going to have 90 plus degree Fahrenheit temperatures for the next 6 days. So it's going to be rough and hard for me to breathe. So I'll be staying home a lot or waiting for to get into Mr. O's air conditioned car. My air conditioning's not working. So gonna get a little shopping done today before it all hits. Well,
Jackie, you are the
Jackie.
magician.
Woohoo. You
Wish
can
I
move it
looked
up a
like
little
that.
bit. Uh yeah, that's good, Daddies. Well, you know what? Let's put it over there so it's out of the way.
Somebody seems to have
Yeah,
just something.
yeah. I didn't touch it. It's not me. Well, the magician. So, what magic do you have going on, Jackie? What are you applying your knowledge, your skills, your talents and ability towards? Something that would make you very happy, obviously, since this is happy hour. And, if you just keep remaining focused and put your will and your determination behind something, there may be no stopping you.
It's number one, so that means it starts with a bang. It's the number one card in the major arcana. We're not going to talk about the zero card.
Right.
And so, one is not always just a lonely number. Sometimes it is the beginning of something important. And uh, I think it's a sign, really, basically, of that impetus to start something that is, a hallmark of the magician too, that really you look at yourself, you look at your skill sets and your resources, and you realize you have what it takes. You have that focus, you have that will, you visualize it, you believe it can happen. So there's no stopping you, whatever project this could end up being.
I like it. And it's like just focus and really want it. I think here that the magician is clearly saying you have everything. You have everything you need other than the fact that you've just got to, how do I want to say this? You just have to support yourself. Be your own best supporter and believe in yourself and your ability to manifest what you desire now.
Right.
Good luck with that. All right. And I didn't post a list at all, but we'll start then with Lena here. Hi, Lena.
Hi, Kara.
Oh, hi, Kara. I'll get you on.
Naturally, that happened when you posted the list.
I didn't post it yet, but I
Okay.
was just about to, so let me start again. All
You're welcome, Jackie.
right. You're welcome, Jackie. All right. Whoop. Now it didn't do it. There it goes. Jeebus. All right.
All right, so Lena is up. Hey, Lena.
Yep. Good to see you, Lena.
And in the last day, literally yesterday, we released three different programs. We released my emotional exchanges. It's for every sign of the zodiac, one card for your essence coming to you this week. The second card, will you be lucky in romance, love, etc. But we also released the monthly modality message, and this is for the modality signs of the zodiac. Check that out. It tells you how really to use your modality energies to best advantage. And we also had the unhappy hour, our fourth quarter moon, kind of like here's the bad news, but here's also how you can hopefully fix it. So those are all on our channel. Check them out.
Oh, hey, you've got the Empress, Lena. This is a very nice card. This is a call for a couple of different things. I think to take care of yourself right now so that you can, refresh, restore, re energize. Get out in well, I don't know if it's very, very hot where you are, but, if you can spend a little bit of time getting out in the sun and letting the sun re energize you, or getting out in nature and letting, nature re energize you. I spoke in terms with my oracle for today
Excuse me.
to get reconnected, in tune with the natural world. There seems to be a call for this, and I see this in very much. Wow, that shook the camera.
I'm so
Very,
sorry.
it's okay. Very much in, not me, so I don't care. Very much in the card here itself too. I mean, you see everything in this card, a little bit of fire energy, water, earth energy, air energy. Her hair looks kind of like maybe the wind is taking it.
I hope you like your card, Lena. The Empress really is kind of one of the best cards in the entire deck. It promises a renewed sense of growth, peace, activity, pleasure, care, development. Um,
Fertility.
Fertility. It's things are happening, things are moving, and you are a part of that. And so it really is a good sign that if you have been wanting to create new things, whether it's just simple art or whatever in your life, you will be able to do that. Hi there, love yourself first. Cool name. Hello to you.
Namira, hi. I'm going to put you down as Namira for short. Hi there. Welcome.
Welcome to Happy Hour. So that's your happy message, Lena. I hope that resonates strongly to you.
I did
Go out and create.
I did want to say something else, but suddenly it just lost me. But I did want to say that, take let something take shape. Now is the time to give shape to something and form. That's the Empress here. She's about to give birth. Things are taking shape within. So, those ideas that are germinating within and growing within you, start working on some of them. Bring them to light this week. It'll bring some happiness. Enjoy your way. Good
Love
luck
and
with it.
hugs to you, Divine. Good to see you here.
Well, hi, Divine. We'll add you to the list.
So, Namir, I don't know if you've been here before. This is Happy Hour. We just pull a one card and give a happy message to everyone in the chat room. No questions asked, but we do have other shows.
Where we will answer your questions. And
Right.
that would be Sunday's show from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you are on the list, and we'll be happy to draw for you a happy message for the week ahead.
Thank you, Divine. We're doing okay. It's always interesting.
It's always interesting.
Okay, I thought the name was maybe familiar, but I couldn't quite remember that. But we will be happy to go do the reading for you.
All right, there is the list. We're on Preeti.
All right, so we are on Preeti then. You're welcome. Good. We will pull a happy hour card for you then, too. All right, so this one was Preeti. And Preeti, you have the Hanged Man.
Well, we've been getting the Major Arcana, eh?
Yes, and if you look at the image there, the hangman is suspended because right now they are in a pause mode where they are considering maybe future actions, but also they're reaching towards a point of light that they may feel will inspire or give them a knowledge that they need to complete tasks. And they are willing to put themselves at some small amount of risk, perhaps, or discomfort, the idea of hanging there suspended, because they believe what they are about to find out will be bigger and better for them.
Well, Preeti, Yeah, this is a card of stepping back, and this week is a good week to take a look at the broader perspectives, a bigger picture of some situation, maybe even of your life in total, where you're headed, where you think you're going, what the next thing is you want to tackle, what's the next big move in your life. This is a time to step back and really look at things from a broader perspective. As Mr. Rose said, that person is reaching down and, receiving wisdom. They're receiving wisdom that will help them move forward when they're done hanging there. So I think this week maybe is one of more mental activity than physical activity. And
Yes.
I think every so often we need to do that. And you come back feeling better because, you really are trying to pull it all together and have an idea of what your next move is going to be. Sometimes when we're just floundering around or things are very chaotic, we're stressed. But this is a sign, that things are going to be a lot quieter and calmer this week. And so I think, it'll be a good week all the way around.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
Good luck, Preeti.
All right, and we are on Nada. Hi,
Hi, Nana.
Nada. Whoops. Hmm.
And I will remind everybody that tomorrow we're back from 2 to 4 p.m. You're welcome, Preeti, for our regular live stream where we do answer questions. We pull several cards and try to get to the root of your question. We're also here on Thursday nights. Sunday is the busier of the two, so we may end up having to close the list early just because there's only so many readings we can do in a 2 hour period. But Thursdays tend to be more fluid. We tend to have a smaller crowd and it's easier to get in and get your reading. So consider that when you're deciding to come back and visit us.
And those times are Eastern Standard Time, of course, or
East,
Eastern Daylight Time, whatever.
right, for the USA,
Well, let's keep on with Major Arcana Palooza here.
if we must.
We must. It's strength. Strength
Strength.
is upright.
It's Vincent.
Well, wow, Nada, strength is in its upright position, again, talks about a sort of softness in the week ahead, a gentleness, using, a gentleness. So I think here, this is a week where you don't have to push anything forward. You can take it easy a little bit. You can try to convince people or talk to people about things that you want to accomplish or get done without having to put any pressure on anyone or yourself. This is like I just consider this a no pressure week, and so that in and of itself would make me very happy.
The image of this version of strength is a little different from the normal. Sometimes there is a woman or a figure who is with a lion, and maybe they are,
They're
you
not the
know,
lion.
they're not the lion. But I suppose when I look at this image, Nada, what I feel is like there is beauty in strength. And that sometimes when we show our stronger side, and I'm not talking about being forceful or aggressive, but just a true value of strength that comes from within our hearts, the strength of our courage or love or determination towards what is good or right for us is beautiful in its own sense. And so I think the reason this card comes to you today, Nada, is to realize that when you feel you are not strong or you feel you are not appealing to people, remember there is an inner strength within you that is beautiful and that you should just function with that as your core belief or element, at least for today and for this time ahead.
Be the lamb, not the lion this week. Because the lamb is gentle. The lamb is not necessarily weak. They're strong in their own way. And so be the lamb this week as opposed to, a roaring lion. No need to be loud, no need to shout, no need to uh, push things. This is a time for peace and calmness and handling people with gentleness. There's strength in gentleness. Good luck with that. Well, what are you going to get, Mr. O for
Who knows?
Miss Siama? Siama's up. You're welcome, Nada.
You're welcome.
Ah, it's the Ten of Wands, if you're wondering.
It's the Ten of Wands.
So it's our first non-major arcana card, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a 10, which a 10 is the ending of cycles, the majors before you, or the minors before you go into the court cards. And I think here it's saying, a journey is slowly coming to a close. And, maybe you're feeling a little bit more pressure, a little bit more stress or work, but it is not anything you can handle. And actually, if you look at this card, it looks as though you may have help along the way here. And whether that's from your spiritual allies just giving you the strength and confidence to get through, the work that's necessary here, or whether it's actually people here that are helping you carry that load, things are downhill from here. It just seems as though the heavy lifting has been done already. And so you can kind of ease up a little bit this week and know that the universe has your back and others have your back as well.
This week may be an easier time for you than recent weeks. It sort of feels like maybe, your load has lightened. You maybe are moving into a more secure ground for your steps. And I'm talking physical as well as maybe metaphorical too. That if you have been moving towards certain situations in your life, certain projects or things you have to do, or certain events are coming to you, things are going to ease up a little bit. If you had any trepidation about, circumstances happening, situations with people that maybe you weren't sure how we're going to handle, you're going to find that things seem to have evened out. Maybe people like yourself were bearing some hard loads, and now that this whole general atmosphere has lightened up, everybody feels like they can be more themselves, they can be more practical and helpful to others, just as maybe people have been helpful to you in this time.
I like that. That's what we have for you. I have nothing to add. This is this looks like a burdensome card, but it's good. It's because when you're working towards something you really want or desire, then the work is part of the joy of the journey, right?
All right.
So good luck with that.
Thanks, Siama. And we're on Mysterious Queen. Happy, happy hour.
Hmm. Okay. Here we are on Mysterious Queen. I just didn't post it yet. There we are.
Oh, and don't forget to watch Banshee's show tomorrow morning, The Material Matters. It's a recorded show, but we are live in our chat room, so we can chat with everyone. We can answer questions of a sort, mostly about the reading we're doing. It's Banshee's Material Matters. It's for each sign of the zodiac, and it's a good run through of what your economy will be facing in that week ahead. So check it out.
Ooh. Well, we had a 10, and now we have a 1. We have the Ace of Cups. So beautiful. So beautiful, this card. I'll let you go first.
All right. So the Ace of Cups, Mysterious Queen, maybe, and I think you've been asking some relationship questions, I think. Maybe this is a sign that something is changing or starting in a relationship if you are already in one, or even if it's a tenuous one. This could indicate a change for the better. This could indicate where maybe things that have been difficult maybe have resolved and are moving forward without interruption. If you are not in a relationship, it could indicate that maybe one is coming, but also to be aware that the Ace of Cups and cups in general signify not only love relationships or emotional bonds, but they are about the things that we enjoy or we feel great feeling for in our lives. So this could be about things beyond an actual relationship. It could be about children, pets, activities, things you like to do, all of that.
I'm looking at the way that she's holding that heart there. And as you notice, I've said this before some time ago about this card. How notice how the face is cut off here. I mean, because what's really important in this card is the heart. And I think here too that what when she's holding it like this, she's ready to give her heart to someone. You are ready to give your heart to someone. And I think here, whether that you're ready for a new beginning or maybe it's even what do I want to say? A reunion, with someone you had a relationship in the past. But either way, you're ready to give your heart to someone and start something new. And it's possible this week. One thing also about this card is when we're willing to open our heart, it's not just for love and relationships. It's just being more loving towards others around you in your network of friends or family, coworkers, your community. This is about really communal love as well, and sharing your heart, sharing your joy, and being generous with your love for your fellow man, woman, person kind. So, by all means, this week, show some kindness to others and be a force for love in this week ahead.
And that kind of corresponds to the law of attraction in a
Yeah,
certain way. The idea that we find love because we are loved, we express love, we give love, and therefore we receive love.
bam, Mr.
And
O.
so good luck with that,
Yes.
mysterious.
Good luck with that. Yours,
All right.
your Kara. Hi, Kara.
Kara.
Shadow's in here right now. Sunny was here a little earlier. Hi, Shadow. Hi, little scruffy one. Well, big scruffy one. See that tail there behind me?
In the morning, the sun comes through the windows early, and boy, they're there like at 6 o'clock trying to get fed. And normally we don't feed them till about 7.
And then they're trying to wake me up. After they eat, Sunny ends up coming upstairs and,
Cherry
oh,
Blossom,
Cherry, you
hey,
made it.
you
Get
are
you
in time
this.
for happy hour. Yay! Good to see you.
Right.
All right, Kara. Kara, sharing is caring. It's the Six of Pentacles. And when we share, when we give, we are likely to receive. And even if we don't receive something in direct relationship to what we gave, it sets a current in motion. And maybe somebody else gets a little bit more, but eventually it will come back to you because sharing is caring.
I always love this card. It's just so nice and
Thank you.
Even Steven, that's what it looks like. And what's interesting to me is that it looks as though, well, it's very subtle, but to me when I'm looking at the pentacles, everybody has something different that they can contribute to one another, okay?
That sounds like
So,
socialism.
yeah. No, 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 not that part of it anyway. I think here, because, even in a capitalist society, everybody who's working on a project or goal, they come in with different skills, different abilities, different talents, and they contribute to the whole. That socialism, well, then we all do it anyway, and nobody's going to stop that because we need that. If we didn't have differences, and if we didn't each contribute something different, I don't think we'd make a lot of the progress we've made, in the world today. And so this is an idea too, Kara, that you have a different worldview, outlook, perspective. You have different skills and talents and abilities from someone else. Share them. Share them. I went to Llewellyn Con, this last week, and as much as I share my stuff with others, I was there to hear what other people had to share with me, their knowledge, their skills, their talents. And man, you soak that stuff in like a sponge. It helps you grow. And so, this reciprocity that you see here, I know I'm going on this one. The
I think that's why I put up
reciprocity.
the bicker.
Well, you know what? I didn't say anything about some of your lengthy ones, so you better put that bickering on for yourself. So, at any rate,
No, I
I just
won't.
want to say that this reciprocity this week, you might feel it very strongly, and it's going to build you up. It's going to build you up and make you feel good. Good luck with that.
I did that one, right?
You did. And we are on Namira.
Nimera. Hi. Or Nimera.
There we are.
And Shadow has photobombed here from the corner. I wonder if we can get her to do that again. She actually got
Oh,
up on the arm here, and I looked at there, but it was like this little black
I
mass that was
saw her
sort of
vaguely
twinkling.
there, yes.
You're welcome, Namira, but hold for that reading. No, you'll be thanking us for that too. What are you doing down here?
She wants attention. So both of them just come and bother me. They have their own rituals. Sunny has to see me out of the bedroom, and then I go to my bathroom to get my vitamins and take some pills. And Shadow's got to have her moment in there. She follows me in there and jumps in the bathtub behind me and wants all kinds of attention. My morning crew. And Sassy's just hanging around till I get up.
But she always has a sweet little delicate meow. And so Sonny comes in and he's like poking at the covers, trying to get me to wake up,
Come on.
and she comes in, she goes, and that's when I get up usually.
You didn't see she did the little leap thing by
Oh
me
no,
here.
okay. I missed that. And
And at
probably the
first she
camera's
just put up one paw like that. It
oh,
was very
right,
cute.
yes.
Too bad it wasn't on camera. She was off to the side to me.
Right. I'm letting you focus for that reading.
I am focusing. I am. We get a little shadow energy into this.
For more shadow energy, come to Goth Tarot on Wednesday mornings.
Oh, hey. Is this our first court card? I believe so. It's the Knight of Wands. Nice card.
Nimera, you have the Knight of Wands. The
Yeah.
Knight of Wands is saying you are moving towards an engagement that will challenge but reward you for your bravery, your confidence, your charisma, for your ability to stir some energy up. And it's all good. This energy may be something involved with new projects for you. You are moving perhaps towards new projects, or maybe other kinds of engagements, but it's really about, setting the tone for what you're expecting to accomplish. So it may be moving you towards your goals. It may be moving you towards a relationship. It could be a number of things.
Well, Namira, this is, yeah, relationships or goals, projects, something you want to get done, something you want to accomplish. This is a very nice card. You are moving towards something, or something is coming towards you. There is movement here. There is fire. There is energy. There is heat, and there is passion. And so, the Knight of Wands is somebody who is aggressive in a positive way, aggressively moving towards their goal, whatever it is. And so, or something the universe might be bringing to you, a new opportunity, either a new relationship, a new job, new financial opportunities. This is all good. And you can see here this person is raring to go. They're drumming up the heat here. As you can see the flame coming out of the drum that they are pounding. People, musicians, and especially drummers, you can just feel the energy and passion in what they do.
And I'm seeing what you're saying there, Nimra, and blessings to you. If you have anything in your home that is percussive or maybe a bell or something, I would like you to consider, maybe spending a moment or two in the morning or in the evening and maybe just lightly tapping that drum or lightly ringing that bell and focus your energy to feel what the card is saying, that you are moving towards positive, courageous achievements or engagements of your own.
I like that. Very nice.
So that's what we have for
That's what
you.
we have for you. Good luck with that.
Best wishes. Thanks for coming back.
Hope to see you again soon. Oh, you have a drum. Awesome. Yeah,
Well, there you
bang
go.
that drum.
Bang your drum.
All right, Divine You.
I
Hi
actually
there.
had a small sense that maybe you did. I don't know why. I just sort of thought maybe you did.
We got a few around here.
You're welcome.
And we've got chimes. We've got a tambourine.
Sound energies are really good for clearing negative vibrations or for enhancing more positive ones.
We
So I
have a
like that.
ginormous
Hi,
crystal.
Divine.
We
Sorry.
have a ginormous crystal bowl
It's right over there.
that gives beautiful tones. We inherited that actually from a friend who passed on, and we were really so appreciative that they thought of us, family thought of us, and gave that to us.
When we had a group that did some ceremonies together, we would occasionally use that to kind of bring us to a
Yeah.
meditative togetherness. But I've also used it on some of our older programs to introduce a show. Pretty old one, so I'm not sure I can tell you exactly when that was. It was a few years ago. Meditative things that we did.
It's big.
Yes, it's a big crystal
Our
ball.
friend
It's
never
like
did
that big.
anything small. So
It's
it
right
really
over there.
does fit their personality as well. Someday we have to show it, but I need to give it a little loving care. It's kind of gotten a little dusty over
Yeah, it needs
there.
to be cared for.
At any rate, all right, Divine You, hi there.
Hi,
Good to see
Divine.
you. And you have also got a Major Arcana card.
Oh my.
It's the High
It's the
Priestess.
High Priestess.
One of our favorite cards in this deck, just for the symbology on this card. You can notice that the eyes are both open and shut at the same time, which means, sometimes we see more when our eyes are closed than we do when our eyes are open, because not everything you know, is front and center right in front of you. Sometimes we have to dig deeper to find the truth and get to the heart of matters and to understand how you're feeling, how people are feeling. So, this is a time this week you'll get joy into tapping into your own inner wisdom and maybe even having some psychic flashes or dreams. Make some time for yourself, some time for meditation or some quiet time when you go to sleep at night, do some breathing before you pass off to sleep and try to encourage, some dreams to come. It's really interesting to me because sometimes before I fall asleep at night and I'm doing my breathing, images will just start coming to me. So I'm not dreaming yet. I'm totally lucid, but I start seeing things. So try to make a practice of that and tap into your inner wisdom in this week ahead.
Hi, Empress.
Oh, hi,
Welcome
Empress.
to Happy Hour. We'll get you on our list. And Divine, I love this card. You know, Divine, we are both Scorpios, so we, amongst other signs, tend to have more direct access to our intuitive abilities. We're all intuitive, but sometimes Scorpios seem to be a little bit more intuitive or a little bit closer to that edge there. So I'm thinking, Divine, that this is the week, this is the time for you to maybe consider sitting alone with yourself for a little while and receiving that message that maybe you need to receive, so spend a few moments in the morning or in the evening or whenever you can, just sort of stilling the mind and waiting for the message to come through, because I do believe one should be coming for you. Oh, you came from the
Oh,
ashram. How
nice.
nice.
Very good.
Wonderful.
Well, maybe that is going to open you up this week. I
Yeah,
think that's a sign of
maybe that's
this.
a sign of that, so
Yeah.
that's very beautiful.
So awesome. Well, that's what we have for you. It's a beautiful card. The High Priestess is always welcome on this show. Happy hour. And thank you for your kind words, Empress. Oh, hi, Garima. Remember, this is the single card message today, positive message, but we will add you to the list. We're getting close, though, now, I guess, but we only have 3 people, so we should be fine. All right. Let
We love
me.
you all. Thank you so much for the kind words and the support. Um, Happy hour's almost over, and there won't be a lot of overtime because I do have to run off to work. But everyone who's here now absolutely gets a happy card pull.
And we'll take it from
All
there.
right, so we are on Cherry
Oh, I
Blossom.
pulled that.
Hey.
It's yours.
And if you do need questions, don't forget you can come back to either of our shows on Sundays or Thursdays. We're here for a 2 hour stretch, and you're welcome, Divine. Thank you so much.
Well, I will say
Thank
this.
you.
Sometimes we go into overtime, to finish the readings. Sometimes we end the show early if we don't have enough readings to do. So, it can be a mixed bag. Sometimes if you're expecting us, let's say on Thursday night, to be there at 8:30 and we had to close the show early because, we didn't have enough readings, that's why. So get there early at any rate so that, we know how many readings we have and we're here for the duration. Oh, you're. I miss all your emojis, Divine. That's awesome. Thank you.
All right, Cherry B. Ooh,
Oh, nice.
Four of Cups. Cherry B, this is a sign from Spirit saying you may want to really look over where you see various choices or options in your life going. You're not feeling exactly like they're doing it for you, or you're just not enthusiastic enough. But if you look harder, if you spend a little time, I'm telling everybody this morning to do that meditating or in a quiet space, you may feel like the answer will just sort of pop out a little bit. I miss you too, Divine. Thank you.
Aw.
Try to come more often.
Well, when you can, we know it's not that easy for you over there, but when you can, we always appreciate you.
Thank you so much. But Cherry B, I think Spirit wants you to spend a little time considering what your options really are. Maybe you feel like you have more options than you don't, or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you feel you don't have a lot of options, but you actually do.
Take care, Kara. We'll see you later. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
All right. So, Cherry B, if you feel like you have a lot going on in your life and more just keeps coming at you, sometimes, the universe gives us a lot, puts a lot on our plate. This is a time to determine maybe what things in your life are worthwhile to keep putting your energy into and what's not. What can you kind of put aside, set aside, so you can make room for fresh growth and new opportunities in your life? This is a time where you need to think, Am I satisfied? Maybe you're happy where you are, and that's perfectly fine, Spirit is saying. But, if you're looking for more growth and excitement, maybe something has to go. And it's not a bad thing, it's actually a good thing. It'll free you up so that you can pursue something that might make you feel more stimulated, excited, and happy. So it's up to you whether right now you have the room in your life for that, or if you want to stick with doing what you're doing right now.
In a way, both of those are possibly acceptable.
Right.
Nothing really dramatically bad will happen one way or the other.
Now,
So
so
it's really on you.
so good luck with that.
Good luck, Cherry Blossom.
All right. And whoopsie, we're on the Empress. Hi, Empress. Thanks again for your kind words. Appreciate you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Victoria. No, I'm not.
Oh, I guess I can add her before I post the next list. Okay, Victoria. I think we're going to close the list after Victoria, though. We have to do it.
Yes. And my new entering the bickering zone.
Oh, no. Am I bickering with you right now?
No,
What are
I'm
you
not. I'm
doing?
just showing off.
You just like to put that out there. Oh, you. All right.
We didn't have a standby for bickering button for a long time, probably about a year, because it was on my old laptop that kind of got destroyed. And I just didn't bother to make a new one. But recent events have said there is a need for a standby for bickering. Those of you who are newer maybe didn't realize that we have that.
We duke it out here
We
once
have
in a
that
while.
bickering button. It's a reminder to us. Only one of us can win. No, wait, that's not what it's a reminder about.
Well, Empress, it's another night. We have the Knight of Pentacles for you. And this night is planting seeds. Look at him. Look at him planting those seeds, leaving
I
that
saw that, Victoria.
leaving that leaving that trail of things that they want to grow. This is just a really nice version of the knight, and not only that, he's not on horseback. Oh no, he's not banging a drum and moving things, trying to move that energy along really rapidly. Oh no, he's recognizing that these things are going to grow in their own time. He's patient. He understands that, you know, everything, anything good is worth waiting for, and good things happen in their own time.
Well, another way of looking at a knight who is not on his horse, it could mean that the journey is nearly done. He's gotten off his horse. He's walking with his horse because he knows he's really like right around the corner from whatever it was he was going towards. So if it was a project or a situation, you may feel confident that you are coming to the end of that. If there was something difficult going on, you have turned that corner, but you've done it in a real measured and steady pace. You perhaps, and if this is happening to you, it didn't happen already, it's happening to you, you need to realize that slow and steady does win the race. Be sure of the steps you're taking. Don't overshoot by staying on that horse too long and going beyond your goalpost. Maybe, there's a little fine tuning when you get that close to the project being finished.
I like that. I like the fact too that he's still, just because he's planted the seeds, he is not done. Look, he's carrying one on his back, right? And so he is not done. And so I think your slow and steady progress this week will bring you joy. Don't have to push anything. Let things germinate and grow in their own time. Just put in the effort, put in a little work, and then step back and let things happen. Good luck with that.
And by the way, you're welcome, Cherry Blossom. I just saw that there in the chat. Thank you too.
All right, that's what we had for Empress. We're on Garima.
Alrighty. So we are on Garima. Hi, Garima. How's it going?
And I'm
Is
going to
that mine or
post
yours?
that. It would be yours now.
All
Yeah.
right.
I think it's yours. Either way,
You're
it's fine.
welcome, Empress. You're very welcome.
I'll shuffle next time. I wanted to do.
The closed list
Yep.
thing. Yes, I guess it's time for us to close the list. 9 minutes, and we
All right.
have a couple more readings.
Yeah, well, just a couple. Yeah. Well, and ours too. By the way, at
That's
the
what I
end of
was
the show,
implying.
we'll be doing a namaste blessing for everyone after we do some cards for ourselves because, hey, we want to be happy in the week ahead too. All right.
Alrighty. And just in case you're wondering, no matter how the cards fly, we always interpret the happy hour card as upright. It's always going to be it's upright. And so, of course, that does mean that sometimes we have to spin it when the upright meaning is maybe not necessarily traditionally a great meaning. So let's see what we have here for Garima. And I love it.
It's all been
It's the
good today.
Three of Cups. Garima, you have the Three of Cups. You may find you are invited to a happy occasion, or that happiness follows you by going to an occasion with other friends or with social things in the mix. It just sort of feels like somebody is celebrating their happiness. Maybe it's a coupling, or maybe it's just a party celebrating graduations or anniversaries, but you are caught up in that fun. And maybe you will find that there's a special connection for you there with somebody who feels like they haven't seen you in a while and they're happy to see you and share with you.
Well, such a beautiful card. Anytime you get it, it's talking about trust and true friendship, true camaraderie between people, people who are there to support one another. I think this week you will find that you have more supporters than you may realize. You have more good friends than you realize, and also you could gain some real positive energy by just being around those friends that you feel good about this week. Enjoy some good times with them. Nothing serious, nothing that's too involved, just fun. Have some good fun with friends, family, and celebrate life. Celebrate if there is a celebration going on, like somebody is celebrating a marriage or some other happy event. Make an excuse to get together and share, joy with one another. And I don't know, I can't say any more than that. I think here that, this card look at the people and look at how they're looking up at the stars. There is hope and love and joy coming from and support coming from good friends this week. Good luck
All
with
right,
that.
that's what we have for Garima.
And we are on Ms. V.
Victoria, Victoria, Victoria. A languid version of Victoria by the Kinks. I'll be languid after doing 5 hours at work this afternoon.
Oh, and you've got weird things going on there today, right?
Yeah, I don't remember. There may be a pride event. I'm not sure.
Oh, no, no, I'm talking about your parking lot.
Oh, well, it really starts on Monday. That's when it's closed.
Ah,
Oh,
really?
okay.
Huh.
I wonder what our card will say.
I don't know. I've been having weird computer glitches lately, and I can't help but wonder if
Solar flare
that could be
activity.
the solar flare, but there's just weird stuff. Google kept having me re-verify myself. It was making me insane. And I don't know what I did to fix it. I really don't know. I was trying everything, and then Suddenly it just started working right again, and I'm
Hey,
like,
Victoria, if you ever watched Dynasty back in the 80s, I always remember this moment when Crystal slapped Alexis and said, I'm rich in something you can't even spell, integrity. So, yeah, you can be a millionaire in integrity. Of course, that doesn't pay the rent.
a millionaire does. Oh, well,
Well,
hey,
maybe you'll like this. I don't know.
I don't know. It's the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands here. I think in your situation, Ms. V, is good. I think here they're trying to build something. You're trying to build something with others this week, which is good. You may lead the way. You may show people your fire, your drive, and others will want to involve you in what they're working on. So I think here this is a real positive card for happy hour in that respect that people, you're going to be engaging with others this week in a constructive manner, and it could lead to building something of value for you.
Yes, that's right. Go ahead and blush. But if you're in competition for a real blush, then it might be a little rough. No, I'm just teasing. I'm sort of banging around here. The Five of Pentacles or Wands does suggest that maybe you are the one that can lead others at this time. That whether it's an actual group or project that's going on, there's just something about your viewpoint that maybe can really pull people along, or you just have the best ideas. And of course, part of that struggle will be getting other people to understand or accept that. So you are the one, maybe Spirit is saying, really could show the way. You may have to just try a little harder, the old competition idea to move others along. But somehow Spirit seems to suggest you can do this.
Well, I think if it's speaking in terms of other things, like for example, competition, notice how one person is rising above the others here. So I think that could be you rising above the others in competition for jobs or other things going on. Maybe your fire will be noticed, your passion, your determination. The Five of Wands is a love hate kind of card. I mean, sometimes it can be aggressive and argumentative, but when it's standing alone on happy hour, we emphasize the positive elements to that card. Some cards are either really bad, some cards are really good, and some cards are very neutral in that they could go either way. There are positives and negatives. There are positive and negatives to all cards, but some are more neutral and can go either way more than others. And that's the Five of Wands
I
here.
love
It
it.
stands alone.
And when you said, I'm trying something new today, I thought, oh, you're going to spike those bangs, right? No,
Yeah.
you're doing a buy me a coffee page. Well, gee, I'm going to have to do that too, maybe.
As an athlete, I kind of always like to see the Five of Wands coming up because it meant competition. And yeah, competition was going to be fierce, but what am I playing sports for, right? So I mean, I always kind of like the energy of this card. It can be constructive and not destructive. So good luck with that.
Well, good luck with that project too. We'll have to check it out.
Ah,
And I'm glad that you got that in there too.
nice. Okay. Well, Mr. O, did you draw that? Yeah, you can draw for me first. Yes.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to get the namaste
All
blessing
right, so we're going to
going.
do our own
We are ending almost on time.
we're going to do our own reading and then a quick namaste blessing. And we will see everybody again, hopefully tomorrow at Banshee's Material Matters or during our live stream tomorrow from 2 to 4 p.m. We love you too, Victoria. Thank you.
Ah, thank you so much for your support and friendship. Appreciate it.
Totally. We love everybody. All of you are so special. You guys are great. Even when you stay away for a long time and then eventually come back, Anthony, you'll come back someday. I know you will.
Someday. I hope so. I miss Anthony.
All right, here's your card, Banshee.
All right.
Just us.
Oh my goodness. He's the dark half.
You betcha. Take no imitations from the dog.
What do you have to say about justice?
Well,
Justice.
Banshee, you are one of the best proponents for justice that I've ever known. And maybe I just need to get out more, but I think it's really about the fact that you were brought up by a parent who really, maybe not so much through how they tried to teach you, but it was just what the examples of their life meant to you, what you saw there, that just really gave you that keen sense of wisdom and applied justice to all situations, to realize that sometimes justice is served in different ways that we don't always expect, because we have to understand where others' plight really takes them to, or where others' delight can take them to.
I spent a lot of my life dealing with justice issues. Justice in the workplace, fairness for employees,
Wow.
starting, right, being a part of a unionizing effort, a couple of jobs, being in women's rights organizations. Justice has always been a serious part of my life. Just looking for fair treatment from others, for my place. Always having dreams of being on a major league baseball team. And then to see women, and women's sports rise up the way it has, in my lifetime. A lot of amazing things here. And justice has always been something I strive for. And I try to treat people fairly as I would want to be treated. I like that. That is so me. So it's going to be a major role this week.
Hmm.
What will I be doing? Ah, ah, gonna have a great week ahead, all of us. I feel it. Our cards are a little bit, we've pulled our cards for the week ahead. And there's a few burbles, but it's nothing, I think, too earth shaking overall. So let's hope it's a nice, calm, and steady week, even if we have a few challenges to face. All right, Mr. O. I know you're waiting patiently for this. Oh, it's another major arcana. Wow, this is crazy. And this is a repeat, of course. It's strength. Mr. O, no need to shout. No need to stand by for bickering. It's time to show love and patience and understanding to your significant other.
Sure,
And of course, to the people you're dealing with at work.
sure.
And be a force for peace and positivity. I think here this is you at your finest. Being able to be quietly powerful. And Scorpios, yeah, I mean, you're like that. You have a quiet power too. And often it gets masked maybe by a little bit of acting out,
We
but
don't have
it's
a button
there.
for that. We don't have a button for that. Oh, wait.
Stand by for love. Ah, yeah, we should, shouldn't we?
There it
Ah,
is. Look at your
I
screen.
see it. I see
Well, it'll
it.
be on yours
Why?
now.
Okay, okay. Yes, there it goes.
Oh.
All right, let's do that namaste blessing for one and all. We'll have Mr. O pick one out.
And then we got to go.
And we've got to run. Well, I do too because I want to go to stores. I have to get a prescription before the heat wave sinks in. I'm going to have to do things with Mr.
Thank you,
O's air
Sharon. You
conditioned
have a great day too.
in the future. Take care, you guys. All right, here we go. Mr. O, no peeky, just pulley. And there it is. Oh, the angel wings. We know we've had this one before. Angel wings and the heart. and it is a blessing of gratitude. Be grateful for all your experiences, for all in life serves a purpose. There is a blessing in all that did or didn't happen. There is a blessing unfolding this very moment. Listen to your heart and follow its wisdom. Be mindful, for the journey is as important as the destination. And it's true. You know, I used to feel really negative for a while. You have to work through your grief sometimes. When you lose, when I was removed or I had to leave my job and, kind of be pushed into retirement. But everything happens for a reason. Things that don't, that end on you like that, there's a reason for it. And it's usually something positive. And I mean, starting my cancer journey made me realize that yes, it was the right time for me to lose my job so I could enjoy my life now and do the things that I'm true, even more passionate about and how I wanted to spend my retirement. So it gave me time. It gave me the precious time that I deserve. So think about that. Think about things that maybe there were blessings in disguise, right? And with that, namaste, everybody. I hope you have a great and happy week ahead. And we'll see you soon, hopefully tomorrow at our live show. Bye bye for
Bye.
now.